Well, just first of all, I want to thank God for the opportunity and such a blessing to be the head coach at Murray State. It hasn't been easy. I don't think anybody will say that it has, but every player from day one that's put on a uniform, every coach that has been on my bench since day one deserves the credit for this, because they do a lot of the hard work, and we're a team from top to bottom. No one is more important than the other. I just happen to be fortunate enough to have my name by the head coaching slot. But, over the years, my staff and my players have worked extremely hard to get us here. And so just thankful and blessed. Most important number is 2-0 in the conference. That's what matters, and that's what we're focused on.
Did you know they were up to something?
I had a feeling. I heard some whispering throughout the week, and Monica's always up to something, but she also knows how crazy I am when things are planned before the game because I'm just so superstitious. But, I appreciate it. It was fun to celebrate with the kids and the coaching staff. But my total focus has been on the game. Accolades and numbers are great, but it's the relationships and the memories that I've made in the past 7 years here that I hold on to. So I want to keep winning because I want this team to experience the winning and be different and, put ourselves in a position to be great at the end of the year. So that's what I focus on.
Teams have a good relationship with their coach, do this kind of stuff too, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's a special group, and I've had a lot of special players over the years, and, people will talk about numbers, and people stop coaching, and everybody wants to put their record out there, but the baby shower invitations, the wedding invitations, the calls, the texts, the dropping by, that's what matters to me because that's what it's about. It's about the relationship and the opportunity to be in each other's lives and be better for the people that I've had play for me over the years. I mean, this isn't just the last 7 years. It's 28 years worth of kids and parents trusting us and believing in us and allowing us to be around their children. And that's the things that stick with me the most. The older I get, the more sentimental I think I get about those things. And just being able to find the joy in that is something that's important to me.
Did you imagine in the era of the system that you would have a 7-point defensive quarter?
No, because we give up a lot of shots, and we give up a lot of open shots. And the thing about it is, and I've talked to the kids about this, there's going to come a night where people make a lot of shots. And then we're going to get a little bit frustrated. But we've got to put a number on the board that we have to make them get to. And that's where the 80 shots for us comes in. That's where the trying to score 25 points a quarter comes in. Because that's going to happen. There's a lot of good teams, and it's getting ready to get real hard for us real quick. And so, when you're able to do that, that's exceptional. And I think the kids just played really hard tonight. I thought every shift came in and played hard. There really wasn't a difference in any of the shifts. And we just had great bench play again tonight. And we have a lot of kids that can get a lot of things done. And just the selflessness of this team continues to just amaze me at how that many people can just be for each other. And that just makes this team special.
I know it's a small sample size. It's one opponent, one game. But for 52 points over 40 minutes, was there anything that you can kind of hang on the wall of, we took steps here defensively tonight that we can build on?
I thought the changes that we made in our press were really helpful. Just pushing up more. We have 5 people at the half-court line and in front of us. We weren't scared of the pass long. And that first initial trap, I thought Haven and Ava and Hannah were outstanding at the top of the press. That first initial press turned everything on, and we were able to push up so much further and caused them to really scramble. And then defensively, our ball pressure was as good as it's been all year, and we just made them take tough shots. I mean, they did miss some open shots, but for the most part, we made them take tough twos, and then we rebounded the basketball and pushed it up the floor, which is, part of the system and part of what we're trying to do.
I'll talk about the system. You're at 42 points at halftime. I imagine y'all are like, okay, we're not getting it done right now, right?
On the board in the locker room right now, it states you owe me 8 points. I mean, they know. They're below where they're supposed to be, and so they have to try to find a way to make up those points. And it's usually by getting some offensive rebounds, getting some second opportunities, maybe getting in a passing lane, getting a steal, getting an easy one, knocking down some threes finally in the second half. So, they understand the expectation, and I think they take it as a challenge. I mean, they will say it before I can even say it in the huddle. Coach, we owe you this. We owe you that. We've still got to get 13. We've still, they pay attention to it because that's what we stress.
But you're kind of answering to the system also, right? As the coach.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, the accountability of me making sure that we put the players in the right position and we put enough pressure and we played enough pace. It's very difficult when you feel like that you can score in certain plays not to call play. But sometimes I have to just let them go because plays slow the system down. We might score and we might get something easy, but it's like 10 seconds on the shot clock left where we're trying to get a shot within the first 15. Now, there's a time and place for offense, and there's a time and place to get the ball where it needs to go. And our kids do a great job of going from full speed to being able to execute in the half court. And I think that that's one thing that helps us be successful is because they can play both ways.
There are front-running teams, and then there are teams that put the foot to the floor when they're up. And you guys this year, whether you're up 20, it's like, hey, let's get to 30, let's get to 40. Tonight it was like, we're going to knock on 50. What is it about them that they have, and I asked the girls this, is this you? I mean, is this like your personality maybe has finally fully transferred to them where it's like, we are just not letting them get up off the deck?
I think it's part of it. I think this team has taken on my personality and my competitiveness, and then we just continue to challenge them. We do not let them get comfortable at any time. And, I mean, I think we were probably up quite a bit, and, they need to play louder music during the timeouts because, I raised my voice and I said, this is not what we do. We don't walk the ball down the floor. We push the ball down the floor. We get to the corner. We run, we score, we play defense. And so I think it's just a cumulative of the coaching staff just not letting them let up. It's the expectation, and these are the things you're going to do, and it does not matter what the opponent's score is. I mean, the score starts over each quarter. We're just trying to get to 25. 25 is our number. 25 is our number. And we really don't even pay attention to how many points they have. I mean, I know that's crazy, but we're just trying to get to our numbers.
Is it crazy to you that you scored 99 points and yet nobody scored more than 15? I mean, just that speaks to just the impossibly great balance you guys have.
It is unbelievable that we're able to do that, but it just goes to show you how many good players that we have. And this system puts people in position to be successful. And it puts people in position to get shots and get in the areas of the floor that they're most comfortable in. We can run our high-low stuff. Our posts do a great job of kicking the ball out to our shooters. We have off-ball screens for threes that are being set. Casey Connor is one of the best off-ball screeners to set up Briley Pena for a three that I've ever seen. And I don't know if anybody notices. I notice it. The things that Kaysen does are so immeasurable for our team. You just have to have her on the floor. It's just that every little thing that she does affects us in a positive way. She makes winning plays over and over and over. But, again, it goes back to the selflessness of this team. I mean, you've got Caitlin Young that, she didn't shoot the ball exceptionally well tonight. She easily could have got to her numbers. She don't care. She just wants to win. And she's still passing up shots and trying to get other people open. She's throwing the ball into Hannah and Ava and just making things happen. And so I just go back to this team being for each other, and the most important thing is they want to win. And I think that that's the number one characteristic that you have to be a successful team.
Memory serves, a year ago, you were 9-2, 2-0 in the conference, won 2 home games. We're 9-2, 2-0 in the conference, 2 home games. Everything that's happened in the last 5 months, though, now it gets real on Saturday.
It does. It really does. It gets real hard. And then Saturday's our last home game. We have 7 of 9 on the road. So, I mean, this is going to be a true test of where we stand, a true test of does the system hold when it gets hard, because it's going to get real hard. And I think of that. I think of that a lot. I mean, we were right here playing well last year with the win over Belmont even. I think we went 4-2 to start the conference, and then the wheels fell off. But again, I do feel like that this system was built to try to sustain some of that. But we'll get a true test on Saturday, and there's going to be failure. We're not perfect, but how do we handle that and how do we move on from it? That's something that we haven't seen yet. So hopefully, that'll be down the road. But it's going to happen. But we're going to continue to do what we do. The kids are going to continue to play hard and do what they can, and we're going to control what we can control.
So you're going with 11 players every night, the same 11 players. The more time they get on the floor, because they're out there a lot, they're getting better, it looks like to me.
Oh, I think so. I mean, again, all 11 players can contribute and help us. They wouldn't be playing if they couldn't. Everybody that steps on the floor does something positive for us. And we just so happens we just have 11 right now because of injuries. But that's important that we sustain those 11 because of the pace of play. I mean, you saw tonight, some of the shifts ran too long, and we were pulling on our shorts. Now, the other team was pulling on their shorts too, but, you know, you can tell how hard they're playing because they need that break. They need that shift change, but that's good to see. But we also have to do a better job of getting the clock stopped so we can make those changes, because I felt like some of our shifts were a little long tonight.
What about players 12 through 14? How are they coming along right now?
Right now, I don't know when or if, we'll get any of them back. Some of them are working their way back in. Some of them have doctor's appointments coming in the coming week. So, we're hopeful because as much depth as possible is what we need.